Hi, it's Michael, everybody. I don't mean to be a provocateur, but sometimes I get in trouble when I'm out on the circuit in front of live audiences. And I don't mean to provoke people, but sometimes it happens. And when it does, I usually have to explain myself. And this is one of those videos. A while back, I announced to a live audience that the weaker of the two people in the relationship usually controls the relationship. And there were people in the audience and the tops of their heads blew off, and I didn't mean to cause that reaction. I was just telling them something I thought was obvious, but it turns out not everybody understands this. So I thought I would explain it a bit more carefully today than I did that day with the live audience. So again, the thesis statement here is that in most relationships, the weaker of the two people controls the relationship. It's a fact, Jack. So the first problem most people have, is with the word control, because we think being in control is a good thing, right? A very positive connotation that if you're in control, that it's better for you to be in control than the other person to be in control, because the other person can't be trusted, or because the other person would somehow mismanage that control. Not that you ever would, right? And so that's the first false premise, is that you actually being in control makes it a better scenario. And when in fact, it's usually better to have the other person in control for various reasons. I do a lot of sales training, and I can tell you that one of the first things we teach salespeople is that although it's their sales presentation, it's to their advantage if they can get the prospect to feel that they are in charge of what's happening. And of course, salespeople do this through choices. They offer choices like, would you like to talk again on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week? Is morning better for you, or is afternoon better for you? And these choices convince the prospect that they're actually in the driver's seat, but they're really not. The choices actually came from the salesperson. The salesperson is initiating the invitation, and now the other person is on defense, almost answering those questions and replying to a given situation. So once you can get past the fact that being in control is not necessarily the best way for things to unroll, then you can start looking at things like domestic situations and understanding that the weaker person is definitely controlling things. I'll give you two quick examples. Let's say a couple of partners are on a trip. One of the people in the couple travels extremely well. They travel light, they're okay with delays, they realize they can't control everything that's happening, weather, traffic, slow service in a restaurant, right? But the other person never really understands this, and they don't travel well, and every little thing's a problem, and they need more time to get ready in the morning, and they need, it's just a slower thing for them, right? What happens to the speed of the trip when one person travels extremely well and the other person needs time? What happens to the speed of the trip? Of course, the speed of the trip slows down, because the person who is not good with travel controls the speed of the trip, right? So in this example, the weaker person, the one who's not good at traveling, will control the speed of the trip. Second example, a couple. Could be married, could be partners. They're a domestic couple. One of the people in the couple is gregarious, loves to get out, people person, right? Loves to be out in the social circuit. The other person, introverted, shy, a homebody. I'm not speaking badly of this person. I'm just saying that's their preference, right? And so one person likes to get out all the time, would be out all the time if they could. The other one is okay to never leave the home, right? What do we do on Saturday night? The answer, we're more likely to stay home on Saturday night than we are to go out. Why? Because it's easier. You see, the stronger person in the relationship has more tools. They have more understanding. They have more tolerance. They have a greater response sensitivity scale, right? And because they have more tools at their disposal, because they're able to accommodate the other person will get their way more often. The weaker person, the one that can't because this person can't increase their strengths, right? But this person can accommodate, right? You see what I'm saying? I mean, over time, the weaker person, we say weaker again, it's not even pejorative. It's just they don't have as much to offer in terms of flexibility, for example, right? That person can eventually, maybe, raise their skills, raise their tolerance level, this kind of a thing. They can become stronger in the relationship. But in general, the weaker person always controls the relationship. I hope this hasn't messed with your day too much. You know, the redhead and I joke about this all the time. If one of us gets our way, we'll just kind of look at the other one and say, well, that's because I'm the weaker person in the relationship, right? So the weaker person's getting her way again, right? So we have fun with it. It's just a bit of psychology. It's very useful to understand, not only in domestic situations, but also on work teams and other types of interactions that you have during the day. Listen, don't take any of this stuff too seriously, right? Have fun with your life. Enjoy, observe what's happening, and always do your best. My name is Michael Angelo Caruso. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. We'll get you more great life hacks, more great information, and I appreciate you. See you soon.